Yo, it's money, back at it again, revealing knowledge of how to maneuver these 9 to 5 jobs and just life lessons in general. And I would like to say, apologize for the audio. I'm parked over here by a fucking highway right now. But let's get into it. The topic for today is, you know, applying for your new job and also transferring to your new job. What does that look like? What does that look like for you? What does that look like for me? You should always, if you already have a job, don't just get up and leave your job. It could even be a shitty job. I mean, I don't blame you. If transferring to your new job, let's put this in the context here. You already have a job. Let's do that with this video. You already have a job. We're not looking for a new job. We already have a job. But let's say, a position opens up at a job that you actually want to be at, or you can see yourself potentially making more income. Definitely apply. You should definitely apply for, excuse me, if there's a better job out there that you see an opening for, that you could potentially make a little bit, you get more income coming in, definitely apply. You definitely want to apply yourself, you know what I'm saying? You should already have a resume together, to be honest. If you already have a job, you should already have a resume. You don't have a resume, get in contact with somebody, that can help you do that, or even online. There's formats and different things. It's one Google away, transferring to this new job, definitely after applying, you definitely want to negotiate your terms for this new job. Don't go in there kissing ass. Never ever go into your next job kissing any ass. You're not trying to waste the company's time, and you're damn for sure not trying to waste your own time. You go into this interview for this next job, you already have a job. Keep this in mind. So you need to come at this interview exactly with that energy. Hey, if anything, you got 2 questions. I had these 2 questions I had lined up. One of my questions was, are you either going to match what I'm making now or get paid more? If anything, you're trying to get paid more. Buy me out of my job. Especially if I've been there for a couple years. Buy me out of my job. I'm not trying to waste anybody's time here. The company's time, the person that's interviewing you want to communicate that. Hey, bro, I'm not trying to waste your time or the company's time. It's either you're going to match me, my pay. If anything, I want a pay bump when I come over here. I don't want to be making the same amount of money. No, I want more money. I need all the money. I don't want a little piece of the pie. I want the whole shit. Don't let these fucking companies walk over you. No, you got to buy me out. You have to buy me out, period. Because I know what I bring to the table. Perfect attendance, always on time, never calling out. Do you need that? Someone that's always going to put in work. Do you need that? No matter what it is. No matter what it is. Shit, it could be, you could be at the airport, you know what I'm saying? You could be at the airport flagging. Shit, working in the tower. Something that's a little bit better than what you're already working at, or just making more money. Working at the airport or whatever. Let these people buy you out. Don't you ever let these companies walk over you. Never, ever, ever. I can't even remember my second question right now, but the first question is, I need a pay bump. Matching me isn't enough. Matching my pay, what I'm making right now, is not enough to get me to transfer over. Why? I could just stay here. Well, you could potentially get more hours. No, motherfucker. No, motherfucker. Hell no. I don't want to hear it. You know, and that's the thing you want to add on to the end of your sentences is, you know, I need a pay bump to come over here. You know, am I going to be potentially making more money? If not, we can end this interview right now. That should be at the end of your, end of these two questions, you know? We can end this interview right now. Let's not waste my time, your time, and the company's time. You know, what is the money looking like? I need more money. Buy me out. You know, maybe that first question did not tie in with the second question. I'm just having a hard time remembering it. I did have it locked in earlier, but I got just so busy with my job and stuff. Yeah, going into this interview, you know, let them know what you're bringing to the table. You know, especially if you're a hard worker, you know, like I said, you got perfect attendance, you're never calling out, you're always showing up to your job, and you always do your job safely. You know, efficiently and safely. Buy me out. You know, how are you going to buy me out? Talk to me nice. Don't talk to me with no bullshit. We'll end the interview right now. You know, don't you ever let these companies walk over you. You know, let's say you get the job offer, right? Well, you need to communicate with them. Well, I need to put my 2 weeks in at the job that I'm already at, just as a respect thing. You know, give me 2 weeks, put my start date 2 weeks out. Let me sign this piece of paper that locks me in. You know, once you sign that piece of paper that locks you in, you know, you need to be putting your 2 weeks in with the job you're already at and communicating that. You know, yeah, you know, you never want to leave your job on bad terms. I mean, if it's a piece of shit company, it's a piece of shit job, I don't blame you. Get up and leave. You know, tell that new company I can start tomorrow, today, you know, like, and if they're down with that, you know, and you're able to communicate that, you know, that means a lot. Communication wise, you're able to communicate these things back and forth. Yeah, and transferring to your new job, you definitely want to be humble. It is a new job. You are going to be learning new things. You got new work assignments, you know, so you definitely don't want to go into this new job with a chip on your shoulder. You know, I don't think that's going to carry you far with that company, you know, but you definitely want to go to the interview flexy. I already got a job. I've been working here a couple years. It's either you're going to buy me out or we can end this conversation right here. You know, we can stop the interview process, you know, because you're not trying to waste anybody's time. Not your time, the company's time, or the person that's interviewing you. You know, and I think they would respect that. You know, especially if a man is interviewing you, I think he's gonna respect that. You know, because you can recognize what you bring to the table. You know, and oh yeah. The second, it's not even a question. It's kind of a statement. You know, you want to make that before that question about the pay, you want to come in with that statement. You know, damn, I just fucking had it and I lost it. You don't want to be wasting, what the fuck was it? It was, don't be wasting my time, you know? Oh, okay. The statement is, the statement is, I'm not begging out here. Hell no. That's your statement you want to come in with, motherfucker. I'm not begging. First of all, you know, I'm not helpless out here. You know, I'm not struggling. You know what I'm saying? I have a job. I've been there a couple years. I'm not coming in here on no struggle time. You know, so don't think that you're about to hire me because I'm desperate. You want to make that statement. I'm not desperate. I came here to see what the fuck is going on. What do you offer me? Fuck their questions. What are you going to offer me? I think I got questions before this motherfucker even asked me a damn question. What are you offering me? I'm not desperate. I'm not desperate, motherfucker. You know, and I damn for sure ain't homeless out this bitch. You know, I already pay bills and shit. I already got responsibilities. I've been at my job a couple years. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for me? I'm not desperate. And second of all, you know, I'm not desperate. So, you know, if you're looking to hire somebody desperate, we can end the interview process right now. You want to come in with that? You've been working at your other job a couple years. That should be the first statement coming out of your mouth. Is I'm not desperate. You know, if you feel like you're trying to hire somebody desperate, let's end the interview process right now. Let's not waste my time, your time, or the company's time. You know, never desperate. I'm not desperate. Hell no. I don't even have that energy. Get it off me. I'm not desperate out here. I'm not struggling. No. Paper a little low, but I ain't struggling. No, you want to let these new companies know. I'm not no bitch out here, and I damn for sure ain't struggling. You know, and I ain't going to bend over at this damn job. Do you need me to bend over at this job and take it up the ass? Let me know. We can end this interview process right now. You got to come at them straight. You know, damn, I wish I was like this when I was younger, you know, like, but now I got more time under my belt, more experience. You know, I got a utility belt now, motherfucker. I'm like damn near Batman in these streets. You know, you want to make that statement, and you want to ask that question about the pay. Those should be the first two things you should, as soon as you sit your ass down at this new job, you're about to apply. I mean, you're at the interview, before the interview even starts. Hey, listen, I'm not desperate. If you're looking to hire somebody desperate, let's end the interview right now. Whatever happens, happens. If he ends it, because he might be looking for somebody desperate. We got to be aware of these things. These companies, bro, I'm telling you, they want to take advantage sometimes. You know, I'm telling you, don't let them walk over you, bro. Don't let them try to sweet talk you into their company and no. Getting paid less or something, trying to match your pay. I need a pay bump. You know, I know what I bring to the table. If anything, I got a pay bump coming at my last job. You know, the job that I'm at currently. You know, I'm already expecting a pay bump. You know, yeah. First, this interview process. First, I'm not desperate. If you're looking for somebody desperate, let's end the interview process right now. And secondly, I don't need to be matched. I need more money than what I'm already making right now. Buy me out. You know, even if you gotta lie your ass off, you know, me, I'm telling the truth, but for some people it's different, you know. If you want to put your poker face on, put that fucking poker face on. Sell it. You know what I'm saying? Sell it. Don't sell you, but sell that confidence, motherfucker. Sell it. You know, we ain't desperate out here, and we need more money. That's it. Period. Capiche? Finito. Voila. Finito. That's it. It's buttoned up. You know, if they can't respect that, you know, if they can't respect that and come at you right, then sound like they don't need you. They don't need you. You know, yeah. Definitely applying to these jobs, bro. Apply. If you see that new position open up, somewhere you actually want to be, apply. The worst thing they can say is no. You know, and you're already being strong and vigilant at your current job. You know, you're not going to feel bad they said no. And they say, hey, you don't. Because you're going to come with the facts. You're going to come with the facts. You know, I'm not desperate. If you're looking to hire somebody desperate, let's end the interview process. And secondly, I need more money. Talk to me. Buy me out. You know, if they're not speaking positively on those things, shit, you can end the interview process. Be like, nah, I'm good, bro. I don't like what I'm hearing. You know, you better like what you hear at that next interview. If you don't like what you're hearing, Don't let them sweet talk you. That's why you got to come in with those two, that statement and that question. Actually, they're both questions and statements at the same damn time. You know, you should be leading with those two things. You know, if they're not giving you good feedback on that, be like, peace. You know, shake the man's hand. Hey, thanks for the opportunity, but it's not sounding good over here. You know, if they really need you, they're going to get you, bro. You know, if they really need you, they're going to hire you. You know, especially, you know, at a job, you know, a man's job or something. Shit, it could be logging. You know, trying to be a logger or something. Don't take no shit. It could be anything. White collar, blue collar. Don't take no shit at all. You know, and definitely show up to this interview dress for the part. You know, if you're applying to work at the railroad, you know, don't wear a suit. You know, go in with your blue fucking jeans and your flannel. You know, put some man shit on. You know, if you're gonna go apply for a logging position to go log wood, you know, put your fucking blue jeans on and your flannel. Put your fucking snapback on. You know? Look the part. Look like you're about to... Oh, this motherfucker looks like... Yeah. He looks like he works here already. You know, look like the part. If you're applying for a white collar position, put your best fucking suit on. You know, you're applying for a white collar position, put your best suit on. You know, it's not rocket science. Don't show up in your fucking blue jeans and a flannel at your white collar interview. You're gonna look like a damn fool out there. You know, don't make yourself look like a fool out here. You know, and don't overthink these things. It should be simple. You know, this should be, I'm not gonna say common sense, but, you know, let's think about this. You know, wear the attire that's proper for that interview. If it's white collar, dress like a white collar. If it's blue collar, put your blue collar shit on. You know, put your fucking overalls on. You know, like, let's think about this logically. You know, don't let these companies take advantage of you. You know, apply. The worst thing to say is no. And just keep it pushing at the current job you're at. You know, I'll make another video in the future if you already don't have a job. I mean, motherfucker, you should just be needing to work anywhere. You don't have a job, just work somewhere. You don't have a job, apply at the fucking gas station. Get your ass working. Don't sit on your ass and cry. You know, go get that job. Go get a job. You don't have a job, just go get a job. You know, some people have morals and standards, right? Oh, I never work fast food. Well, keep that standard then. You know, don't break your standards. You know, if you've never worked fast food and you don't want to work fast food, don't work fast food. You know, don't do it. Don't break your standards. You know, you have things, morals and codes for yourself. Don't cross your own lines. You know, don't stop being you. Don't ever stop being you. You know, you just want to apply what you already have to your next steps. You know, you don't have a job. You know, I'm just going to put in a little bit in this video, subtopic. You don't have a job, just go get a job. Any job. Who the fuck cares? Go be a janitor. Sanitation. You know, fuck, apply for anything. It doesn't matter. Just get into the job, bro. You could look for another job later. You know, another job hits you up. You know, it's nothing to just dump this job. It's just a random job. You know, but as far as applying for and transferring to your new job, what does that look like for you? You know, what does it look like for me? You know, like I said, you know, are you looking for somebody desperate? Because I'm not desperate. You know, if you're looking to hire somebody desperate, let's end the interview process right now. And secondly, I need a pay bump when I'm already getting paid. You know? I don't need to be making the same amount. I don't give a fuck if it's an entry position. You need to be, I'm telling you, you need to be negotiating terms. Negotiate the terms for this new job, because you already got a job. Now we're negotiating. Lead with those 2 statements and questions. I think you'll get a lot farther in this world. It's money, revealing knowledge about just maneuvering these 9-to-5s and just life lessons in general. And I hope you learned something. Peace.